But I think it's so important not to give a fuck about other people and what they think. Not in all things. In life, that's a crazy way to live. If you're the mayor of a small town, I highly recommend that you take the opinions of your constituency into account. But as a writer, never, don't do it. Don't worry about this amorphous mass of people and what people might think or what people might want or what people might like. 'Cause fuck them. That's just like such a great way to just fucking kill yourself before you've even started. And yeah, it's such a shame that there are so few positive examples to follow in life, in all walks. That's another thing I've often felt like ever since I was a kid, and I'd just be like, oh, I wish that like I had positive examples to follow. Instead, I have like reverse examples of like I can see how I would like to be and how I hope to become by looking at people and going, well, okay, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that person. And after a while, you just accept that that's how it is. That's how it's going to be, and that's all right. You can gain a lot from negative examples. If that's all you got, then that's all you got. It's still up to you to be the light that you wish to see in the world. But there's this, I don't know, I guess it's one of these things too of just like, oh, don't be so negative. Don't be so negative all the time. And when it comes to like movie reviewing or just, I mean, I'm just talking about storytelling in general, writing in general. Movies are an easy go-to because they are the most popular, the most easily digestible, the most often discussed. But I really do think, to just put it simply, everything is garbage. Everything is so bad. It is so rare for me to see something that I like. And you'll get people that say like, well, don't be like that. Why do you want to be like that? Why do you want to be so negative? Why do you want to be so down on everything? And I don't want to be. Are you kidding? I cannot bring it up. You know, as I get older, I just more and more, I just don't bother watching movies and I just don't bring it up. But I don't see the value in lying about it. You know, if you really do feel like all this shit is just trash and it's just not worth the time and no one is putting their back into it and there's no deeper resonance to these things and there's no nourishment to be gleaned from them and there's just no point to this shit. Don't pretend that there is just so people around you will feel more comfortable. Fuck them. Fuck them. These shitty movie watching fucks. What's so scary about admitting how things are, you know? All right, so what if movies are bad? What if video game writing is bad? What if novels are bad? What if TV shows are bad? What if 99.9% of all of this shit is bad? Because it is. It absolutely is. What is so bad about admitting that? What is so scary about putting yourself on that cliffside? Like, okay, here we are, where we're acknowledging that this shit sucks. That this is not a credit to the human race, to the very human experience. Something fundamental about storytelling is fucked up. It's not working. It's bland, it's pointless, it's rote, it's mechanical. Okay, so now what? And I don't necessarily have an answer. That is the quest. That is what we need to find out. What is next? If this is all not working, then what? Then what do we do? How do we move on from there? And that's the journey. That's the quest. That's what we got to figure out. But you can't go on the journey. You can't make progress on this quest if you can't even acknowledge the reality of how things are, of the situation that we are in. If you just spend your whole life pretending that all these TV shows, whoa, shit, oh fuck, I slipped, but I'm okay. Ew, kelp. Although I bet that probably helped cushion my fall a little. If you can't acknowledge, accept, or even recognize that we're in a bad spot, that movies are bad, that TV shows are bad, that this is all just a bunch of trash leading nowhere, then, whoa, then what? I mean, that's why I'm out here on these rocks right now and not at home watching TV, because I bailed out. I'm like, how many times is the big new show gonna happen? And everyone's talking about it, and it's a piece of shit that goes nowhere, you know? How many fucking times is that okay? Basically, though, coming at things from the opinion that it is just blanketly not working, that on a pass-fail system, it's a hard fail, big-time fail as far as modern storytelling goes. I'm only on the very cusp of this journey of trying to figure out what that means and where to go next. But it's leading me back, taking me back to the past, where I'm reading a lot about tribal life and reading old legends and stuff and trying to figure out what storytelling was for. Because obviously a big problem is that our modern world is just a complete bizarre mockery of what the human experience is supposed to be. That physiologically, we are designed for a life that is not even remotely close to the life that we're leading. And that seems to be very much reflected in our storytelling. If our whole lives are just based on being pacified and just being fucking cows in a pen, just watching the flickering lights that keep us sated, you know, if that's all storytelling is supposed to do, that is what it's doing, all right. But it really doesn't work on me. I'm not trying to act like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm the big rebel. It just honestly doesn't. Physiologically, it doesn't. I cannot sit there and watch. I mean, an episode of a TV show is tough to get through. There are movies where it's like, I want to poke my fucking eyes out. Being trapped in a movie theater, unable to leave, just sitting there being subjected to this worthless fucking pablum. It's awful. These stories would not have passed muster back in the day. And it seems to be that storytelling back in the day, it had a much different purpose. Its purpose was to fire you up for the next day, to make you feel like you have a sense of mastery over an extremely terrifying world that you in fact have no mastery over whatsoever. Any given day you could be killed. Any day you could die. But these stories help you feel like you won't. They make you feel like a warrior. And if you do die, you're going to go to some great heaven in the sky. And it's all designed to help you in the world. So when you're sitting around that campfire, you're not as scared of that darkness out there. And I think that is what storytelling is for. That's what it has always been for, and that's still what it's for. And that's what I want. I want someone to recognize this world that I'm in, and I want them to contextualize it for me in a way that makes me more effective and more just happy to be here. And if a story doesn't do that, I don't know what it's for. I don't know. Because to just pass the time, to pacify, that is not fucking all right, man. That's such a perversion of the whole fucking notion. And it's just repugnant to me. It's repellent that people are okay with that. That people marathon shows. What are you fucking doing? What are you doing? It's your only life. It's your only life. What are you doing? You know, you need someone to say that. You need someone to shake you. You need someone to slap some fucking sense into you. What are you fucking doing? And you're never gonna wake the fuck up if you just act like everything is good enough. It's never gonna happen. And maybe it's not meant to. Maybe the human race wouldn't even function if more people were more self-directed and self-aware. Maybe for us to work as an organism, maybe we do need 99.9% of the people to just follow along. But that's not you. You're a fucking writer, my friend. Your job is to not be like that. Your job is to blaze a fucking trail. Your job is to fucking show people something, anything. It's up to you, but it has to be something. Otherwise, why are you here? What are you trying to do?